All right, we're live on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. But this one right here, Instagram, you ain't so good. So y'all gotta pick up the slack. All right. My name is John Ting. We practice immigration law in the United States, helping you secure your legal status. Okay. So you likely have found my channel, maybe through the feed, or maybe someone shared it with you. And either way, the platform knows. They know you've been complaining about your immigration case. Okay. A little bit lack of privacy. We all know that, right? With social media, it happens. So there's there are so many immigration problems. If you think this is straightforward for everyone, it's not. It's certainly not. Now, some people can get approved and not have any kind of problem, and that's great. I'm happy for y'all. Okay. But for a significant amount of people, unfortunately, there's some kind of problem. And it could be nothing wrong with your case. It could be a problem in the sense that is a case delayed. Okay. If you don't know if your case has been delayed in the sense that you're trying to figure out like the processing time schedule. I'm pointing on TikTok. I have this background showing the processing time for petition. This one right here is we're based on a US citizen. And right now it's actually more updated to be worse. It shows 16 months. Okay. Whereas over here, if a sponsor is a permanent resident or any family preference, it used to show an actual number, but now they're effing with us. Okay. I know it seems weird on YouTube. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but it says see notes. And on the actual website, uscs.gov, on the bottom of it, it and basically, if I could paraphrase, they say they're not going to make a decision on your petition until your prior date shows up on the visa bulletin. That is a problem for a lot of people. Uh, if you are in the United States, if you're an immigrant beneficiary in the United States, most likely you need to file a waiver if you're in this situation, if you're a family preference. Okay. Now, if you're married to a U.S. citizen and you have legal entry, then or you fall under an exception to where you can do the process in America, then that's this right here. Okay, you don't need the waiver. But for other folks, the def you would need a waiver. This is a problem, and the main reason is because of the timing. The petition has to be approved before you can file the waiver application. Do I think that's ridiculous? Yeah, I do. But hey, at least President Obama created this new waiver process because the traditional way before he was in office a long time ago, you had to apply for the waiver only when you're outside the United States. So that prolonged family members the separation timing. Okay, so there's some good and bad. All right, so what we're trying to do to help try to alleviate the situation, working with a colleague to have a group lawsuit. Of course, we'll be trying a class action lawsuit on this, and the earliest we would file could be in February. Also, okay, so stay tuned. We need at least 50 people. It's going to be a reduced rate, so we'll put a separate form for that maybe later today on my LINK. Okay, so I see some questions. Let me go ahead and answer some of your questions. Thank you so much for your trust to ask. Okay. For FOIA, can we write your own privacy release form? If the wife does one for her husband for each department? Um, I don't know what you mean privacy release form. I don't personally do them anymore. So let's see if I can pull it up. I think it's done online these days too. USCIS privacy release form. We only just complete the form itself for FOIA, not some kind of privacy, as far as I know. Okay, let me look here. You might be able to skip that part. Okay, sorry, maybe that wasn't helpful. All right, but I do realize I do need a. I probably will try to record a video about FOIA and how to do that yourself. But as far as I see here on the main page on this, doesn't mention about privacy. It mentions Privacy Act, but I don't see it mention like having to complete that separate form for the privacy situation. Okay. It makes me okay. So thank you so much for your questions. TikTok user 6MCK, your question is: You're a U.S. citizen. You petitioned for your mom in September. How long will it take for them to approve? Okay, that would be right over here. Okay, right over here. That's only step number one. So, assuming, and maybe you said this, let me see. Is your mom abroad? Okay, if she's outside America, then that's only step number one. Okay, by the way, if she has a visa or she can come into America legally, then you can file for adjustment of status because that's immediate relative. That waives any unlawful presence. So, of course, I have to tell you this is not legal advice. This is information purpose only. But I can tell you that yes, some people who overstay can get residency while staying in America and don't have to leave abroad. And that's to make sure the relationship type immediate relative, okay? If it's not immediate relative, then you have to show that you have maintained your non-immigrant status if you want to try to have adjustment of status in America. Thank you so much for your questions. I likely won't have time for everyone's questions, so if I don't, you're welcome to DM us your question, and most likely one of my team members will ask you to email it to us. Okay, that's easier for me to record a video if necessary. Let's see here. Our goal is to help you secure your legal status, even if we don't help you one on one. Okay, if there's a way I can point you in the right direction, share some insights, it's definitely helped some people here on the channel, so I greatly appreciate it. Um, let's see here. By the way, please, what we try to do is cut through the fluff, okay? We try to give you a really straight as direct answer as possible. Some attorneys are very concerned. So if you appreciate how I do conduct my live show, please tap the screen, okay? And a little housekeeping here. You don't have to copy and paste questions. I will definitely see them. I'm trying my best to go in order, okay? Let's see. And by the way, if you don't catch me on a live show and you want to know when I go live, to be honest, sometimes I don't know myself. I used to go live at noon Central Time. Now, lately, I've been hopping on in the evening. So the best way is to subscribe on YouTube, okay? Or if you're on TikTok, Instagram, follow for more, okay? Click the plus sign or the heart. Okay, let's see. Eric, you petitioned for your wife. How long is it taking to get a response? I don't know. Is that all you filed? Well, that's this one. If all you file is petition, and assuming you're a U.S. citizen, that's this right here. But right now, it's 16 months. Okay. But if you're wondering about the receipt notice after you mailed your package, then it's about 3 to 5 weeks. Klebstar, we are located in Houston, Texas, is our physical office. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, how long does it take for a niece to get to America? I don't know. I don't know what your niece applied for. It may depend on that. It certainly does. Okay, Mr. Pooh on YouTube. In order to get a green card, what's the best toilet paper wiping technique to use? Well, I don't know. Interesting question, considering your channel name. I'll do some funky things. I don't know how people have time to make jokes, to be honest, on social media. I don't got time for that. I'm here to point you in the right direction. Okay, let's see here. Some silly people out here. Okay, Jennifer Alvarez, if you file for parents but not currently working, does that affect the application? But not currently, like you're not currently working as a sponsor? You need to have a joint sponsor. Have you filed already? Sounds like you haven't filed yet. Okay, you need to have a joint sponsor. Um, or and that joint sponsor doesn't have to be a family member. It can be a random person. As long, I mean, of course, you gotta trust the person. But ultimately, that person has to trust you too. Okay, they have to sign a form 864. The joint sponsor can be a joint sponsor as long as they're a resident or U.S. citizen. And of course, if you had to pick between hot tip here, if you had to pick between two people, who would be the joint sponsor that you would pick first or ask first? Pick the one that has the least family members, because the more family members they have, or even in your own family, the higher the income has to be. Okay, so if you're wondering which website to look at to know the minimum requirements in terms of income, Google search 864p. Okay, later on I'll put a link. I can do that on YouTube at least, um, and share that with y'all. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much for your questions. Another thing I want to share with you is our success stories. Okay, have been recently able to get a court case dismissed. A couple of them recently this month, and the government attorneys are actually responding more proactively, thankfully. Okay, I guess anticipation of the Trump administration. Now they don't do that for every case because some people, especially depending on the criminal history, according to DHS, they don't fit those guidelines to be able to get the case dismissed. Okay, but that's only step number one to get the government to even agree with us to dismiss your case. The second step is have a judge sign off on it. The judge might not agree, but fortunately, knock on wood, judge has agreed every time. All right, that we've when we filed the motion, and sometimes we have to file the motion on our own without having Department of Homeland Security agree to it. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have a court case, you need to get your act together. You need to have an attorney ready to help you. And if you don't, let's say you have an attorney right now. I am not trying to step on any attorney's toes. We have attorneys join. I talk to attorneys every day. Love meeting other attorneys. The thing is, if your attorney is not proactive, like, look, every law firm has a lot of cases. I get it. We get that. But if it's been so long, and especially if your court date's coming up in a couple months, and Trump administration, they're coming in, okay? They're acting like they're putting a foot in the door, all right, in the White House, is that you need to have a proactive law firm. Okay. So what we're trying to do, even in a case where the what's it called? The trial we had in February 2025, we just got that case dismissed last week. Okay. And we were very proactive. Another case, the trial was supposed to be Friday. The Monday before, we got the judge signed it, okay, to dismiss it. But it took a lot of things to happen behind the scenes that y'all don't know, because we don't really share the law firms don't really share the mini updates to y'all, like, hey, I drafted a letter, hey, I drafted a motion. We don't share those things because we just try to get the shit done. We're trying to get it going, okay. But ultimately for us, we do, of course, we update clients ultimately, like, hey, we're about to do this. Are you okay with this? That's a strategy. So, so if you're a client and you're listening to this and we haven't updated you, please ask. Okay. Um, but seriously, because a lot of things do happen behind the scenes, and let's say like client and law firm agrees to finally agree to try to make this effort to dismiss your case, and then and then and then it might be too late. Might be too late timing wise. So we know that Department of Homeland Security attorneys are busy. We know that judges are busy. So the earlier we can act to get your case dismissed, we'll do it. Okay. Gotta take action, folks. That's what I have here on TikTok background here. Okay, looking for the next question. Okay, user 0324. Can your parents have children older than 18 and get their green card? Uh yeah, but that's family preference. Okay. That's this right here. Oops. That's this one right here. And right now it says C notes. What we do at Green Card Guys is to fight the government for your best interest. Okay. Some attorneys, to each their own, some attorneys do it differently. They advocate in different ways. Some don't sue the government. That's what we do. We love suing the government. Okay. because ultimately, I didn't do this like long time ago. I didn't do that, but I've learned how to do it. Okay. And I appreciate all my other mentors, immigration attorney mentors, federal litigation mentors. I really appreciate them because they help me and I'm able to help you. Okay. I read your question wrong. Okay. Let me read the most recent one. Can your parents who have children older than 21 get their green card? Yeah, but that's family preference. Like this, for example. Am I, is there more context that I need to know? By the way, again, if you appreciate how I share things, let's get to 2,000 hearts here on TikTok or these other platforms. Really appreciate it. Please tap the screen until your finger gets tired. Thank you so much. All right, I got a question here on YouTube. Sheldon Brown, if you legally marry and planning to do your ceremony later, can you? You mean like your marriage ceremony, like with your homies? Yeah, you can do it later. USCIS doesn't care about that part. Yeah, sure. Yeah, a picture or something from the ceremony that'd be fine, but it's not necessary. Um, as long as you're legally married, that's what matters. Okay. And of course, at the interview, what I need to do for y'all is record a video like the top 5 questions. Of course, it could be potentially a lot more questions. We have a PDF of like 100 up to 100 questions for the marriage interview, but those are like worst case scenario. But ultimately, it'll be better if I record like the top 5. And I can share one right now. How did you meet? And believe it or not, some of y'all F that up. I just go bonkers. Like sometimes I figured that out even before the interview. Because here at Green Card Guys, we prepare you for the interview. So some of y'all might be shaking your boots like, oh man, Trump's coming in. Trump's coming in on January 20th. So there's going to be interviews, right, John? Yeah, hell yeah, there's going to be interviews. In fact, honestly, I'm very surprised USCIS waived interviews. I mean, great for our clients, but like in addition to documents that you mail in, the other way for them to be able to for you to make your burden legally that you're married, bona fide marriage is through the interview, right? It's kind of like a job interview. So you gotta think about this like an interview to showcase the hell. You're in a legit marriage, a genuine marriage. Okay, I don't think it's that difficult, but hey, that's because I do this every day. So, but y'all don't. So it's okay. Try not to do this your stuff by yourself. Y'all are spending $1,000 for these government fees, and then maybe a year passed by, 2 years passed by, and you're like, God damn. Then you wish you hired an attorney. With us at Green Card Guys, we're very selective. Um, at the time that may hire us. If you try to contact an attorney, an immigration law firm, and like you can tell them, oh, hey, I have RFE, I filed it myself. Some law firms don't want to help you, okay? Or you receive a notice of intent and denied, or you receive a denial letter. Some law firms don't want to help you because they didn't work on the case from the start, and so we're open to that, okay? We've done it for many people. Let's see. Thank you so much. Please keep tapping the screen until your finger gets tired. Really appreciate it. Who said user 03245? They have talked to multiple lawyers who say they can't. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. That's a situation you might want to come on a live show. Okay. Um, maybe there's more information. I don't know. Like that's the thing about this TikTok thing. It's meant to be quick, F2, F family preference. Go to type in for user 03245. Go Google search family preference. I mean visa bulletin or even family preference, and you'll see the different relationship types. You don't need to talk to an immigration lawyer about that part. It could have been there could have been other scenarios like is the person in America or not? Like they maintain status. There's a lot of questions. That's yo, this is TikTok. This is meant to be quick, or this YouTube's in social media, it's meant to be quick. So if you get an answer from me that you're like, a little skeptical, schedule a meeting. Okay, schedule a meeting. That's what it's for. But also, I'm not able to answer your question. Um, DM me. Okay, I checked this app. As you know, I'm on these freaking all these ridiculous. I hate to say it, to be honest, it's a lot of apps. It's a lot to follow, a lot to do. This is like another full time job. But I can't stay on the platform that long. Otherwise, to be honest, it's just a little too much. So I have team members that help me. They'll respond back to you. Um, you can ask a question there, but ultimately, most likely, they'll tell you, please email in the question, and they'll share our email. We don't share it to everyone. Okay, we are selective. Like some y'all a little cray cray. Okay, so and we just know we've been doing this too long. You're welcome, user 0342. By the way, please do not copy and paste your question. I will not answer if you do that. Okay. Because first of all, to be honest, most of y'all that copy and paste questions, it's not really even a question. It's not specific enough. I'm gonna be straight with y'all. Okay, so because I'm straight with you. Someone, Gwenita, you filed for your mom. It's been more than 7 months. No, now no feedback. I think no, you mean no response. You filed for your mom, but where's she at? Is she in America or outside? But in general, if it's petition only or even adjustment of status, it's too early. Okay. Just like I put over here. Assuming you're a US citizen, Juanita, it's too early. Or down here, it's technically 16 months. And hey, if you get it done, you get your petition. Carnival Live, I do see the question. Look, y'all, this is how it works on TikTok live show. TikTok scrolls me down to the most recent question. So what I do whenever I pause, I have to do this action to scroll. I do see the question. And to be honest, if I skip some, y'all, it is what it is. No one's entitled to answer a question. But in reality, I do try to go in order. No one has to copy and paste. Don't do it, please. For the love of God. Like no one else likes that. It's bugging everyone else. I'm trying to sound a little more younger than I am. I'm just making up words at this point. Julio Vasquez. After the interview, I was told you were going to be placed in admin processing. Okay, what happened now? But hey, the CAC portal says your visa's issued. Yeah, let's give it up to Julio. That's great. Glad to hear. Thank you so much for sharing. How long were you in admin processing? Maybe not long. Now the thing is, some people truly are delayed by admin processing. Some people have been waiting 6 months, a year, especially because of 6 months. Contact our office, okay? But Julio, you have a follow up. You still have received your tracking number for your passport. It's not your. Oh, is it your passport? Have they told you to pick it up yet? Did you get an email to pick it up? You're a bit worried. It's only been. Let's see what your follow up question is. I didn't see your follow up comment. Okay. See, that's the thing. That's the thing on oh, not yet? Okay. That's the thing on TikTok. They've got so many questions, which is great. The follow-up comments, and then I try to scroll. This is a hard job. I wish these platforms allowed that someone on my team could or TikTok can automatically flip it to the next comment by that same person. So yeah, if you see me pausing, I'm scrolling back up to the oldest question. Okay. This is how it works on social media in life. You gotta be respectful of our time, and I'll be respectful of your time, and I'll try my best to answer it in orderly fashion. But hey, if I don't get to you, then you just DM us. No biggie. Um, when can you get EAD while waiting for the adjustment of status? What after you file, typically about 3 to 5 months after you file the entire case. Rishi Rick 254. After I-130 approval, can relatives travel to USA in a tourist visa? Ooh, that's a tough one. They can travel, but That's as long as they already have the B1, B2 issued, okay, or they have ESTA. They don't have any of that, and then they're thinking, well, can I apply for a visitor visa now? You're likely going to get visa refused because it will show up in the system that you have petition, okay? But if they're thinking about like possibly overstaying, it depends if your family relative. I'm sorry, immediate relative. Okay, this is not a definition, but anyway, let me go to the next question. Okay, let me scroll again. Okay, the next person, Valerie. Does it help to contact congressperson if still within time? Look, I'm not going to tell y'all not to contact your congressman, but you got to have a low expectation because that's the key difference between a lawsuit versus contacting your elected official, politician, is that a lawsuit pushes the case forward. Contacting congressman is more like, hey, what's my case update? And all they can tell you is the case update. And sometimes when y'all, some people have hired us, they'll email it, they'll always provide the email correspondence. And the typical response back usually is, your case is still actively being reviewed. It's like literally they're copy and pasting what is shown on the USCIS case status webpage, but it still takes you 30 days to get a response in general. So there have been a few times where I share with people like, yeah, you could contact your congressman. It's free. It doesn't mean to charge anything, but you need to have low expectations, okay? Because this is not intended to be dramatic. We don't have a dramatic law practice in the sense that because we know what's going to happen in each scenario, we are prepared. So if y'all want peace of mind, you need to hire an attorney. And I recommend, who? Your green card guys, okay? Because when I talked to someone yesterday, networking meeting, and that person actually said that they had hired immigration lawyer, but it didn't work out the way they wanted. That's why you need to read the Google reviews of whichever law firm you're considering to hire. Very, very important. Okay. Just like you would for restaurants. Y'all probably spend more time reading Google reviews for restaurants than professionals. Let's see. Please continue tapping the screen or clicking the hearts or likes down below if you appreciate how I just cut to the chase. No BS here, no fluff. We'll just go straight to the point here. As long as I understand y'all's question. Okay, I think I'm at. Okay, the person with the black heart. Your mother green card I-130 for son. So see this example. I have to interpret y'all's question. So you're wondering processing time. I see your follow-up comment here. Well, that's what this is, my friend. That's what this sucker is. On YouTube, if you're wondering what the hell I'm pointing at, it's not the monitor, okay? It's this. And TikTok, I have this background here. For family preference in general, it used to show a, you know what, YouTube, let me pull it up here. It used to show a number for the duration, okay? But it no longer does that. Let me share my screen on YouTube. It no longer does that. So let me show on YouTube what example. I-130. Let me just click on permanent resident filing for a child under 21. I'll click on all service centers. Boom. C notes, suckers. That's what they're saying. You guys are suckers. That is what they're saying. 80% of cases are completed within C notes. And what they're saying under the note section is what I mentioned earlier in the show. USCIS may prioritize cases due to country conditions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, above it says, well, they will prioritize adjudication, meaning the processing of the I-130 for preference petitions when the Department of State visa bulletin shows an immigrant visa is available or it will soon become available. AKA, they're not going to, I had to paraphrase for the government, go figure. They're not going to give you a decision on your I-130 until your prior date shows up on the bulletin. or near it. So if the foreign national, the immigrant beneficiary is in the United States, that is a problem because you need to likely, without reviewing your situation, this is just information purpose only, your knowledge, okay? You need to file a waiver, family unity waiver, if this is family preference, okay? To fix the unlawful presence situation, to fix the overstay or fix the entry without a visa, okay? And the problem right now is if this petition is going to take a hell of a long time, let's say 5 years, you can't file the waiver until after the petition is approved. So this like timing thing is not working out. I don't think any other attorney knows about this. Maybe they know that it says see notes, but they're not paying attention to how it can affect you. Okay. So another colleague and myself, and hey, another attorney wants to join. If you're watching, let me know if you want to join. You're welcome to. We can talk about it because we need to make a change. This has been going on for 3 months already. We don't want a situation where like 2 years later passes by and maybe we could have done something to help you. All right, off my soapbox, but that's what we're trying to get done here. All right, Genaro Andres on YouTube. Your wife became a citizen last August. Um, Sent in this naturalization certificate after that. It's been 3 months since then. And the case status still hasn't changed. You are F2A. Okay, but yeah, still technically. Oh, well, Genaro, I think I know the problem. You said you filed the I-130, got that approved, but not the 485. Oh, okay. Your 485 is pending. Okay. Well, you might want to just try to mail in another letter with proof of it again. And the thing is, case status online, they're not going to show on your online case status say, "Hey, we received your whatever specific document." They don't do that. Okay, unfortunately, it's pretty ridiculous. It would be nice, but they don't. Okay, let's see. Hope y'all doing well. Hey, where are y'all watching from, by the way? Are y'all in any of the 50 states? Are you abroad outside America? Let me know if you don't mind. I'm always interested how far the channel has reached. Okay. Okay, let me scroll down. Um, okay, now I think I'm at Carnival Life, maybe. Carnival Life. Your mom lost extension letter, and ever since then, they've been denying her visa. Well, maybe you need to submit a FOIA. Have you tried that? Freedom of Information Act. Hey, Mohammed, great to see you. Welcome to the team. Thank you so much. Appreciate your trust. Mohammed's in H-Town, Houston. Michelle's in Florida. Okay, cool. Um, let's see. We got Carnival Life. I just need to know more information about the situation. I'm not going so far as say that you need to schedule a strategy session, which is 3 digits, but I need more information. I don't know what you mean by extension letter. I mean, I guess it's okay to not have extension letter unless you're trying to travel. Then you definitely need to do a FOIA, submit a FOIA. And look, we're happy to help y'all with FOIA, but at the end of the day, we have to charge for it, right? But you can do it on your own. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna record a video for y'all on how to do it. I'm not gonna tell my team. Y'all can do it, okay? But of course, again, if you want the most peace of mind, we're happy to help you. Carnival Life, I don't know what you mean by they've been denying her though. What did she apply for? 485 or something? Lee Stroll on TikTok. Do I think prosecutorial discretion will be gone with new administration? Yes, it will be gone. That's why y'all, if you have a court case, you need to contact a law firm, immigration law firm, ASAP. I cannot repeat this enough every day. I have to repeat a lot of things every day. Okay. If you have a law firm that represents you, but you haven't talked in a while, you might want to check in, schedule a meeting, email them. Hey, what can we do? Can we file PD? Yes, because when it was President Trump 1.0, before they got rid of that, they changed a lot of things through the Department of Justice. Okay, through the Attorney General directive. So yes, you gotta take action. And what we do is to evaluate based on our experience, and we try it based on recent experience. How likely they would agree to it or not. But either way, the best case scenario is do it right now. Okay, now to Olivier, I think Mitten. You got a letter from NBC that your visa number is available. Okay, great. From F1 category, unmarried over 21, and you're a citizen, or the sponsor is, you're eligible for 245I. Oh, well, if you're eligible for 245I, huh? Well, the okay. Well, hopefully, okay. Well, 245I helps cure the illegal entry, but here's the kicker, though. But if yours is F1 category or any family preference, that does not cure the failure to maintain status. Whereas if you're sponsored by like an adult son or adult daughter over 21 or a U.S. citizen spouse, you can do 245I and have automatic waiver of the unlawful presence, the overstay. I mean, overstay of the entry. So, but hey, of course, I have to tell y'all, this is just legal information only. This is not legal advice. So if y'all want to just verify with one of our attorneys, we're happy to do that. You need to schedule a meeting. That is a paid strategy session of 3 digits. If you know you're interested in our service already, we'll just cut to straight to the chase like I always do for y'all to make it easier for you. Option number one in our link, LINK. Option number one, you meet with one of our client care specialists, okay? Let's see. There we go. Okay. On YouTube, that's one of our phone numbers, okay? Check that out. Thanks for joining. Okay, I really appreciate y'all. Hey, Gigi Mommy, nice to see you. Jazz, thank you. I'm happy you found us too. I almost forgot. I was wondering if I ate lunch. Okay, I did. Okay, that's good. Shoot, I need to check. Do I have another meeting right now? Hold up. Let me just check my schedule real quick. Yikes. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm trying to keep track. Okay, I'm good. I'm good for like another 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes for y'all. Whew. Trying to be respectful of others, of course. Wayne West on TikTok. You filed for your parent I-130 and it was giving a date to come in. I don't know what that means. He was giving a date to come in. Do you mean for interview? Look, if you're referring to the My USCIS account, the portal, do not pay attention. Do not give any weight to the processing time, whatever it says. Like it might say like your case will receive a decision in 3 weeks. I call bullshit on that because every one of y'all have told me, what happened, John? Why does it say 3 weeks and then suddenly they say they got pushed back to like 10 months? I don't know. I don't even know why they even show you that. That's just like a constant glitch. Even we got a couple emails this past week saying an email said action has been taken on a case. Okay, we log in, it's like nothing. And I'm like, bro, man, you're making us look at every single case, USCI. Come on now. It is not accurate. So don't give too much weight on that. If anyone has that question, which we usually get that like 5 times at every live show. Motivation magic. If your motion to reopen is not approved, what can you do? Well, why did you try yet? Or are you just speculating? Let's not speculate, okay? Let's get it done. Go and try. But you want to make sure are you even eligible by law to even reopen? Is your case already currently order removed? What's your situation, Motivation Magic? All right, y'all are shy. No one wants to join the live show? Okay, well, I only got a couple minutes left, but we got one spot. One spot. before I go on live show. Okay. Well, let me answer the next question. Okay, so Anna, good afternoon. Your husband filed for you. For you, you sent in RFE for your medical in July and haven't heard anything since then. Do you think you're going to be able to get a waiver for overstay? Husband is a citizen. Well, if your husband's a citizen, then it's an automatic waiver. Like you don't have to file something separate. But yeah, the delay because of medical exam. Like, look, y'all, if you haven't filed your case yet and you're eligible for adjustment of status, it is required that you provide the medical exam. Okay, no ifs, ands, and whats about it. You have to do it. And in fact, I can't tell you that you need to take your vaccines, including your COVID vaccine. But if you don't, there's a waiver available, but it's about a 1 grand. It's 1G. Look, you could how many In and Out burgers can you eat for 1G? Oh my goodness. So like I know, I am skeptical. I am skeptical about the process of which how these vaccines were created, especially in an emergency FDA approval process. But look, I'd rather take my chances. Okay. And when it comes to immigration, that is the law. Okay. But if anyone has questions about it, you're welcome to ask. Okay. Now, next thing. So I don't. So Anna, hopefully I answer your question. Mohammed, thank you so much. That is very kind of you. Thank you for sharing that so others know. Um, Mohammed says he hired green card guys for his case, and we have been really honest, transparent, and helpful thus far. And we will certainly strive to continue to do that. Greatly appreciate that. Okay, now let's see here. MD summoned after judge dismissed your asylum case in 2022. Okay, great so far. Your mom got her citizenship and applied for the I-130 for married sons. Okay, well, that's family preference. Is that safe? Are you safe for new administration? That's a difficult question to answer because what do you mean by safe? Like from deportation? Like, look, unfortunately, a petition does not guarantee that. Even though you have that file, does not guarantee that like you're safe in that sense from removal. And the other thing is that we're all about advocating for you to exercise your due process, right? So I have many examples, but when you get a letter to court, don't try to self-deport yourself. Go to court, okay? That is due process. The judge, you have a chance to argue your case. Of course, it's not necessarily the first court hearing you make a presentation, but you want to be ready, okay? If you have a referral to go to court, even if ICE agents go to your house, you need to advocate for yourself. The lawyer's not going to be there on the spot. If they want to detain you, they can. But I'm pretty sure I recall at least one scenario. Someone said it was actually. I'm pretty sure it was Trump administration the first time. Someone said that the ICE. It was like a couple ICE agents went to the apartment, and it sounded like they knew that this person had a petition on file. That's if I recall correctly. And they're like, "You got that going? Make sure you follow through with that." And it's almost like they gave legal advice, and they walked away. Very interesting. I think they just want to check on him, make sure it's the correct address. I don't know. Kind of weird to me, but worked out for him. Hinaro, you will submit your 45 receipt notes as I suggested. Yeah, hopefully that works. And you provide it with a cover letter also, along with your court order, if that was your situation. Or not court order, your wife's citizenship paperwork, certificate of naturalization. Okay, and hopefully that works. Okay. So y'all, this is an example. Like, I'm not going to be here to charge you thousands to do that one little thing. But hey, if you need help to take over your case, we're happy to do that, folks. Okay. There are some attorneys that don't want to do that in the middle of a case. Okay. Okay, I got like 2 minutes left. Countdown. Can anyone keep me on track here? Susie Q, you filed an I-130. It's been 16 months. Portal went up and down 18, 16 months. That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. But ultimately, if you filed whether only I-130 or the whole package, you need to contact my office. You need to click on the link. Click on my profile, hit the plus sign, okay? Hit the plus sign and click on the link under my profile picture and take action, okay? At least the option number one is only this amount. It's less than a cup of coffee, folks. I mean, how many times a week do you go buy coffee? You go buy your Chipotle burrito, you buy something on Amazon. $5 will help you verify if you can take action on your case. Okay. My team members you'll speak with in option number one, they're not attorneys, but I train them like attorneys. I tell them not to provide legal advice. But like I have a couple messages I need to reply to. They'll ask me certain situations, and the legal team will get back to them and myself. Okay. We're trying to save y'all some money here. Okay. But if we can help you, we'll let you know. I think it's ridiculous, to be honest. Everyone has a different, they run their own company, they run their own law firm. But I think it's kind of ridiculous. Not kind of, I think it's really ridiculous that some law firms charge a traditional consultation fee just to let you know if they can help you or not. Like, look, if it's a very complex situation, for sure, we charge that. But if you just want to know, like, hey, can you take on this case? Like asylum, we don't do that. I can tell you that right now. We don't help asylum. We refer you to another lawyer. We don't help with humanitarian parole. Okay. We don't help with H2A. We don't help with H2B. We refer you to another lawyer. Okay. Save you some time. You don't even have to talk to one of our attorneys to ask that question. You go straight to the chase. Let's see here. Hey, Myra, glad for you to join. Please go ahead. If you just joined, by the way, my name is John Ting. I practice immigration law in the United States with a physical office in Houston, Texas. I share that because some attorneys work remote and then you can't find them, right? So, physical office, you can find us. We're in Google Business Review. We have over 350 5-star reviews. We really appreciate all of you and your trust, and I'm grateful for my team. My team is great. It allows me to go live and answer your questions. Okay. Eriquita is in California. Okay. Let me go down here. Code 2 or Gigi Mommy, why you try to submit your papers to pay and it's not going through? What are you filing for? If you're filing I-130 only, you could do it online. But if you're filing like I-130, 45, you can't do everything online. Is that what you mean? Julio, you're waiting for your tracking number? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can check out. Sometimes USCIS on a case status online will provide you the tracking number, like USPS tracking number. Code 2, any news for the Filipino J1 holder? There is an update for J1 visa holders. Some countries, there's a list of countries. I need to record a separate video for that because it'll be like 5 minutes long. That some countries now don't have to follow through with that 2-year restriction. Okay. But otherwise, the default is if you have a 2-year restriction, there's a couple of different waiver options. And the first option we recommend is no objection letter. Okay. We're happy to help you with that. We help many people waive through that 2-year restriction if needed. User 03245, your parents have tried to apply for the green card but have been told that they're only eligible if they have a child in the military, serving in the military, or if they have been a victim of domestic violence. This is true. Again, I need more information. I'm suspecting that maybe your parents have entered without a visa. And the problem with the parent situation is that even though adult child can sponsor for the petition, that's only step number one. So I'm assuming some facts here, some information, is that your parents entered America without a visa. and it's both your parents, so neither of them can sponsor each other. And the thing is, so because of that, they need to apply for family unity waiver, but they're not eligible for the 601A. Okay, not eligible for that. Okay, sorry, user 03245. I misunderstood the question. I thought it was the parent filing for the son, but you're talking about son filing for your parents. So yeah, unfortunately, adult children do not count as a qualifying relative for the waiver, and so that's why other attorneys talk to you about, like, if you serve in the military, or even if it's in the reserves, um, or this maybe it could be U visa, T visa. Trafficking visa is not just about sex trafficking. It includes labor trafficking, forced labor, modern day slavery, or even when you get paid, but you don't get paid 100% of your wages. Can you believe that? Some people, some employers, some companies try to get away with not paying the what you they owe you. It's ridiculous. It's very surprising, but y'all should not be surprised. Doc, how do you find Form 797? That's just mailed to you. Ashton Martin, if someone was naturalized decades ago but never declared an expunged misdemeanor at the time, could they be investigated under new administration and be denaturalized? I highly doubt they would do that. I didn't record a video about that. We just had some weekly news about it, but I didn't record a video about that. I don't know exactly what scenario they'll denaturalize, but yeah, if you didn't disclose that, you might want to keep that to yourself for now until you talk one on one. But expunge, yeah, some people you might have a good reason to tell if you need to eventually disclose that. Is because some people think that expunging a crime as a resident or not, that is like okay to not disclose it. So there's some confusion here. With immigration, they know your background. It does not matter expunge or not, non-disclosure, whatnot they call it on the state side for criminal law, because you took your fingerprints. They know about your background already. Doesn't matter if you expunged it. Okay, thank you so much for the questions. I'm trying to wrap up. I have 1 minute left. Countdown. Yeah, sorry, user 03245. Wish we could help, but see, I guess I was the 20th lawyer. Someone did tell me one time I was the 20th lawyer to talk to them. It's my pleasure. Happy to help, even as to confirm the bad news bears. Emily Manoon, yes, you can travel internationally with a 797 extension letter. If you're talking about the 751, you can, but we do have some extra tips that I can't cover right now. So send me a message and I'll record a video about that. There's an extra step you can do to secure it, strengthen it, I guess you could say. All right, y'all, I gotta get to my meeting before my team member yells at me. Peace. Thank you so much. Tap, tap, tap. Gotta go, gotta go. Have a good day.